Since I moved to the UK, I've had the chance to visit so many places across Europe, Asia, and the USA. And during these many holidays, I realized how we Filipinos are so obsessed with our social media profile. Like seriously guys, we spend more time taking pictures than actually enjoying our holidays. I remember some of the trips I've done years ago. Back in the days, if you were going on holidays, you had to post your photos on Instagram with #Wanderlust. I remember I even had to buy like a 600-pound mirrorless camera to take the best possible photos to look cool. Tapos, meron pang isang usong-uso na hashtag nung time na yon. Kung naalala nyo pa, it was the #OOTD. Since I was a wardrobe minimalist at hindi naman talaga ako fashionista obviously, kukonti lang talaga yung damit ko. So because of this #OOTD, every time I was traveling, I had to buy a unique outfit for every day so that I don't look the same in photos. So feeling celebrity. Tapos, instead of traveling light and carefree with a small cabin luggage, I couldn't fit all my stuff in one bag, so I had to bring a bigger luggage and I had to upgrade my flight ticket because I cannot check it in. During our holidays, I realized a very typical Filipino behavior. We spend so much time trying to get a good post on an Instagram-worthy spot where everyone in your group takes turns. Alam mo yun, expert tayo dyan pagdating sa posing. Yung mga tingin malayo, o kaya kunwari may iniisip na malalim, kaya mukhang masakit lang yung ulo. Tapos, meron pang group shot, may solo shot, may couple shot. Na 30 minutes na nagpipicture pa rin kayo sa isang lugar until everyone gets a good Facebook profile photo. Captioned with some clever puns. Tapos may hashtag, photo of the day, #follow for follow, #like for like, kalimutan ko na iba. And then, we'd stop by for lunch, and everyone's on their phone because they're busy editing their photos. Siyempre, excited kang i-post na nandyan ka sa Paris, or nandyan ka sa Greece, or siyempre, add filters, ganyan. Tapos, edit mo yung mga photo bomber, yung mga panira ng picture. Tapos, sa gabi, when we go back to the hotel, everyone is still on their phones. I myself spend hours just so that I can think of a caption that is catchy enough to make followers comment. Guilty ako dyan. Mag-google ka pa ng quote, wala namang kinalaman sa picture, o kaya gagawa ka pa ng nobela na mali-mali naman ng grammar, diba? And then, I find the perfect time to post for top engagement. Check ko ba, ano oras na ba sa Pilipinas? Gising na ba yung mga tao doon? Then I have to make sure to keep the engagement active. So, antok na antok ka na, you still have to reply to their comments para laging nasa taas ng feed yung post mo. At ito pa ang malala dyan, guys. If I post something that has less than 5 likes in 30 minutes, I will need to take that photo down. Like, all of my travels were the same thing. And I know I'm not the only one. Maybe. It's just gone so bad to the point that I had to stop and question myself. What the am I doing? Do you know that Filipinos spend an average of 4 hours per day on social media? 4 hours. That's twice the world's average. 4 hours of constantly comparing ourselves to others, of always wanting to keep up with the trends or purely to show off. The likes, the comments, the shares, they have all eventually become the social currency of which we attribute value to. Na may value ka as a person depending on how famous you are on social media. And we're so obsessed with getting that like or that share that we're spending our money on luxury brands or luxury experiences that cost more than our monthly salary, pretending to have a lifestyle that we cannot afford. And by being obsessed with the material things, we're actually missing out on organic social connections. We cannot be present in the moment. We don't enjoy the company of our friends and family. And all of that for what? No matter how many likes I got, my posts were buried in a matter of days or even hours, and then it's as if I don't exist anymore. This rat race of constantly seeking validation was consuming my money, my energy, my time, and my self-esteem. So I quit. I decided to delete all of my social media accounts. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Buti nga wala pang TikTok nung time na yun eh. Initially, I decided I was gonna quit for a month, and then that month turned into a year, and a year into 2 years. And these are the things that happened. Number 1. I realized that nobody really noticed that I quit social media. Nobody's life was any different when I stopped posting. Everybody went on with their days, minding their own business, wrapped up in their own world of posting, sharing, and liking. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. It's actually a very humbling experience. I mean, we're all pretty busy with our own lives and we literally cannot catch up with everyone. But at the same time, it also made me feel so silly for wasting my energy living for others. Kasi social media was so intertwined with my life that sometimes it was hard to see where it ends and where my real life begins. Umabot na ako sa point where I had to fabricate my realities to the social media narrative where everyone's life is so amazing. So I had to prove that my life was amazing as well. When I logged off, I still kept in touch with close friends, but only through messaging apps, and I continued seeing them in person. And that's when I developed deeper relationships because whenever I'm with them, I stopped staring at my phone all the time. I still went out on holidays after, but I felt more present in the moment and I traveled more lightly kasi I didn't feel the need to make every stop a photo shoot. I just take a few photos with my phone for remembrance and then I moved on. I saw more places, I met more friends, and I had better conversations as well. Number 2. I became smarter with money. I kind of in a way adopted a minimalist lifestyle. Because I didn't have to worry about my outfit anymore and I didn't have to keep up with the latest stupid consumer trend. It might sound counterintuitive, but actually the less I spent, the happier I felt. You know how apart from seeing other people keep posting about new gadgets or new shoes, etc., these feeds are so heavily laden with ads that minsan wala na akong makitang organic post. And what do these ads do? They try and convince you to buy more stuff. I realized that consumerism was a rat race that was damaging my mental health. And since I quit, my money became a resource that would enable me to exercise my passion and become better at what I'm doing. Kasi I bought less things that I didn't need and used my money to buy more meaningful stuff like books or healthier food or an iPad Pro. And you might say, my iPad Pro, mahal yan. But actually, my mindset before when it comes to gadgets was I wanted the latest iPhone model or the latest expensive headset because I just wanted to show people that I can afford to buy it. Nowadays, whenever I buy a gadget, it is as an investment because I use it for work. It has a purpose in my life. And then the rest of the money that I saved, I started investing in everything else like stocks, real estate, or startups. Number 3, I regained my time. Time is one of the most priceless resources you will ever have in life. Yung 4 na oras na I would have used for browsing through social media platforms, I spent doing what I was passionate about, which was arts and design. I started to draw again for fun, then offered to create logos for friends who started their business, and then day by day I turned my passion into an actual skill. I even became a co-founder of a fintech startup called Nova Money. So yung dati na ang alam ko lang ay mag-drawing in pen and paper, eventually I used my time to learn how to make logos, icons, websites, flyers, infographics. I learned how to edit podcasts and now I'm doing videos. I spend more and more time with Nova that I also learned about product design, branding, technology, consumer psychology, marketing, networking, fundraising, the financial markets, and how the whole business world works. All of that while working as a full-time nurse. I never thought I could accomplish any of that. But there is no limit to what you can achieve when you use your time right. And last but not the least, and it's probably the most important thing for me, I became more at peace with myself. This one actually made me tear up a bit when I was making this script because I never felt like I was good enough. and that no matter what I achieved in life, someone else was always going to be more celebrated. Because of my time off, I was growing as a person. I gained self-confidence and I stopped tying my self-worth to social media popularity. Realizing that I could do that for myself and do what I want with my time was the most liberating feeling I ever felt. And now I'm back on social media, but for a very different reason. I want to share my transformation and everything I've learned because I know that this can benefit so many Filipinos. Just to make it clear, I believe that social media can be a great platform to spread knowledge to millions of people. And I can tell you a million good things about social media and how we have benefited from it as a society. But it will still really depend on how you use it and what you use it for. To be honest with you, I was actually quite scared of coming back because I thought it might bring back my own demons that I fought for 2 years. So I just had to remind myself that I knew the reason why I was going back. The thing with consumerism is that we're not aware that we're in the rat race until we get out of it. If you're having to work your ass off doing so many overtime shifts, stressing yourself out because you're not saving any money, just because you're trying to sustain a lifestyle you cannot afford, then you need to wake up and reevaluate your life. Because I can tell you now, this behavior is not going to bring you any happiness in life. That like, that comment, yeah, they can give you a feeling of high, that dopamine rush, but those feelings are so short-lived, and the problem is you're going to exhaust yourself trying to recreate that over and over again. If your life's purpose is to show off, in the end, you will have nothing to show for. Go and ask yourself, do you really want to buy a 3,000 pound Chanel bag? Maybe yes. I mean, who am I to say that that's a bad idea? If it gives you a great feeling or genuine happiness or a sense of achievement, then go ahead. That's your money. You worked hard for it. But ask yourself as well, would you really buy a 3,000 pound Chanel bag if no one can see it? I mean, you're the only one who knows the answer. Just bear in mind that trying to look rich is precisely what keeps the middle class poor. Since I realized that, I decided that I'm just going to try to become rich instead of trying to look rich. And whenever I post something out in public, I always ask myself, what is my purpose of doing so? If you also want to escape the rat race and live a more meaningful and happier life, then you can join my Facebook group Financial Freedom for Filipinos, and this time I'll be more than happy to be friends with all of you. And for everyone who would like to manage their finances in a smarter way, download the Nova Money app in the App Store and Google Play. And that's it, guys. I hope that you learned something from this video, and I also hope to see you again next time.